Well, for that excited, let's not leave it waiting, shall we? Of course, we gotta wait for, you know, the thing to fully, you know, go through and load and remember what we were doing. Okay. We were doing something last time. Oh right, we stuck to Our Lady because she had words for us. And Edgar Swansea. And we're heading to Doris Fletcher's Theatre. Because it seems several outbreaks in the West End have been traced to her. So we felt it prudent to go investigate.
It's locked.
Nope. Can't go that way.
This is my territory.
You know what they say, if you can't enter the front, say please and enter the back.
It's locked, all right.
I mean, that's what they say, right?
There's an open window on the second floor. I should be able to get in through that.
Perfect. Now we must investigate Doris Fletcher's place. Boom, ba-da-da-da-dum. Boom. Suicide note. Oh well.
Woe to you, nations of hypocrites.
Hypocrites.
For in
Hello,
front of you
Eviku.
stands the tall queen.
Can that be Doris Fletcher's voice? Where does it come from?
I forgot about that. Once again. I always forget they explode in excitement. They're just like, I'm so excited. And I just can't.
Now she hides in shadow, ugly as sin. But when you burn and die,
Ugly as sin.
clean again.
Hey, that's not nice to say. Sin is a beautiful thing sometimes. Yeah. Shinies. Shinies. Emotive, could you ever type though? That is the real question of the day. Well, it's good that everyone's doing it, okay? Okay. all these ill-formed scales.
Woe to you,
Whoa!
for in front of you stands the tall queen.
What are we talking about? If you're asking how I'm doing amazing. It's a great day. Got a great stream. We got great peeps.
It's locked.
That leads directly to her. Ignore her for a quick hot second. Alright, now we kill her. Ah. I hate it when they disappear into their fart clouds. The Toot Dashers. Oh. I've heard a lot about e-learning, unfortunately. Like, even when I was in law school and undergrad, it wasn't the best. It was manageable. But manageable necessarily isn't the best either. We don't want to go out the front door though. And we can't go this way.
It's locked, all right.
Unfortunate that we had to waste a lot of our blood for that. So let's eat us some rats.
I have this thirst for blood.
I have this thirst for blood. No. If you could get me a sustainable income streaming, I would do that. But I have to go to work, so I cannot do a pink mohawk. So, that is a hard no.
Who are you? You who dared enter my realm. Are you here to worship or mock me?
Mock
I'm
me.
here to put an end to the vampire epidemic, Miss Fletcher.
Ah. But Doris Fletcher is no more. She was consumed by this putrid flesh that now enshrouds her.
You feel anger for what happened to you, but I can help you.
Take a look at Doris Fletcher.
I'm a doctor, Miss Fletcher.
Doris Fletcher is no more. All that remains are the dreams of the queen she was, and the queen she'll be. Until then, all shall
Look
die.
how wonderful she is.
For that was her final wish. My blade, pardon to me, my servants, avenge me! I smell your fear. Behold, Kinslayer, the disgrace of Shield. She was once renowned. Will she be the queen again once they will share her fate? Your blood will be mine.
Oh, shit. Well, that was unfortunate. She just kind of bitch slapped me with her tentacle. Oof. Yeah, that happens. Doris Fletcher is not a nice lady. She's very rude. Alright, let's try that again.
You killed my father. Prepare to die. I smell your fear. Behold, Kinslayer, the disgrace of Shield. She was once renowned. Will she be the queen again once they all share her fate? Ah! 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 Woe unto thee, son of... I summon thee, my children of...
Oops.
Be mine.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time I watched TV. Other than, like, randomly watching Netflix on the weekends. That might kill. No, it does not. Yeah, we're out of blood. Shit.
My beloved, die for the love of me. My blade shall pierce your villainous heart, dark prince. Arise and save your queen, my slave.
Christ! Oh my Christ!
Woe unto thee, son of Babylon! Touché, sir. Your hand is shaking. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
Oh my Christ. And... oh my god.
Wait. I beg you, wait.
What?
I don't want to die.
And I did not come to kill you, Miss Fletcher.
Will you spare me then? Save this cadaverous carcass of mine. Does your heart beat a little faster now? You fancy me then, Doctor?
No, Miss Fletcher. My dead heart will beat for only one.
Ah! Is she pretty?
Bah!
To me, yes.
Ah! I hate her already.
I know. And this is partly why you must be destroyed.
But you just said...
That I did not come here to kill you, yes. But I realize now the threat you embody must be stopped.
Will I be remembered? Will you?
You were Doris Fletcher, the greatest actress of her generation. No one can take that from you.
Thank you. And farewell. Ah! Ah! Ah!
Fucking drama queen.
Farewell, Doris.
What the hell?
Bravo! So dramatic. I love it.
McCullum.
How strange I seem to find you whenever I'm inquiring about that Skal infestation.
I mean you no harm.
I'm not here for you. But once I've put all the pieces of the puzzle together, I'm sure we'll have a little chat, you and me.
Stay away from me, McCullum. You and all your war dogs.
That I can't guarantee, Dr. Reed.
Dr.
I'll let you
Reed.
go. For now.
He's like, alright, you went.
I should probably leave the theater right now. The West End should be safe now. But London is not. It would be wise to benefit from the Ascalon's protection while I continue my research during the Great Hunt.
Doris Fletcher's diary, yada yada yada. But yeah, like seriously, she was so evil, then she's just like, ah, I will be remembered. Smash fire against self and blaze. No, it's 7:30 at night. Do you really need coffee at 7:30 at night?
These people want me dead. I need to leave now.
These people want me dead.
So Doris just needed to be close to her audience to infect them. Contagion through skin. Very disturbing.
This is Whitechapel? Yes, that is Whitechapel. Alright. It's the best way to go where I want to go. It'd be the yeet down the street. I said yeet, yeet down the street. I said yeet, yeet down the street. I said yeet, yeet. Hey. Yeet.
Support the equality between men.
Dr. Swansea has something to say to us. Let's go talk to Swansea.
Women die too.
Right. Here we go this way. Sweet. Just run across a couple of, you know, dangerous areas.
I'd back if I were you. It ain't human! Kill it!
I love how all I'm doing is just running down the street and I'm suddenly not human. Ain't not human! Excuse me, I resent that. Oh, so it's fair if she says it, but if I say it... I see. I see how it is. Ow. Dr. Swansea.
What news, Jonathan?
What
I've
news,
heard
Jonathan?
you've now joined the vampire elite of London.
Did Elizabeth tell you?
So it's Elizabeth now. My. Things are moving quickly. I turn my back for a moment, and away you go.
And away you go.
Have you seen Lady Ashbury recently?
Yes, she popped in yesterday. Told me about your new friends in the West End.
Just a courtesy visit, then.
Yes. And no. She was en route to the docks, I think. Following a lead concerning your maker.
Hot cacao's always nice.
How's the situation at the Pembroke?
We're still holding out. Question is, for how long? What we really need is hope, Jonathan. Hope for a better tomorrow.
I may have found the source of the contagion. Doris Fletcher, the actress. Thankfully, in the end, she was destroyed by fire.
Really? Oh, please, do tell me more.
Doris was a heavily mutated skull. Almost a new breed entirely. It's as if the disease had completely altered her mind and body. Highly contagious.
As if the disease had taken control of her will?
Yes. Once a beautiful and brilliant woman, she became motivated by hate alone.
Oh, she was a beauty. I met her when she visited the hospital to cheer up the sick. Too bad the fire destroyed her. But it was probably for the best.
Have you heard of similar cases?
No, I don't think so. Except, perhaps, it reminds me of an old report from the Brotherhood. Well, more an article, really.
What was it about?
The author, a friar, referred to a rare form of contagion in a skull he observed during the Black Death. The carrier was always female. They called them Icors.
Called them Icors.
I'll come back.
Always a pleasure to...
Always a pleasure. Yes, yes, chop, chop, chip, chop, chip, chop. following night. Look at all the people we healed. We got 2 colds. 4 colds. Okay. I'll be completely honest. I read your name as Snarky Rose. That is all. Not in comparison to me, but I mean, you are snarky. I will give you that.
It's locked, all right.
It's locked, all
It's
right.
locked.
It's locked, all right. It's locked. It's locked. It's locked. Yes, Jonathan, it's locked. I do believe you've told us that. Alright, where's Pippa? Hello, Pippa.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. Good
Do you
evening.
need...
I'm afraid I've contracted some illness, Dr. Reed.
It is.
Not under my watch, nurse. Take this.
I'm prescribing
Feel
you
better.
Thank you.
70
Dr.
milligrams of vitamin D.
Goodbye.
I'll see you in the office. Who else is sick? Ah, yes, Newton. The other one who gets vitamin D. Hello, Newt.
Hello again, Mr. Blight.
Good evening, Doctor.
Do you need...
Afraid so.
Throughout history...
You're working.
Goodbye.
What a fucking joke. Alright, we are here. We are going to want to run. We do want to go here. So the 2 people we need are here and here, I believe. So option will be to go. Yeah. Go. Better start running, Jonathan. I mean, you don't want to overwhelm them with too much vitamin D at once. They might go into shock, you know? You gotta be mindful of the patient. Come on now. Alright, how we doing? Yeet. I landed on his head. These are prim and proper ladies. Oh, Scheißen! Oh, I've made a mistake! I've made a horrible mistake. Nah, we're good. Ah, there you are, Xiaoshun. Xiaoshun.
Good evening, Xiaoshun.
Wangshan?
Xiaoshun.
How do you feel?
I don't feel good,
Don't feel good, doctor.
Thank you.
I love how she is still referred to as the widow in distress. Darius Petruski.
Answer to all your problems. Good evening. As long as you have the money.
You look ill. Well,
Thank you.
goodbye, Mr.
Cool, that's everybody healed. And then we want to go straight. Cool. Nailed it. So how you doing, Anarchy?
Better go home, sir.
Didn't get a chance to talk much last night when you dropped in.
Women of all countries unite!
No. Ugh. I thought they were gonna clean up.
For as long as I've been a member, I've never seen so few vampires attending the club nights.
Club nights? Did they intend to bring club sandwiches? I love the tiny club sandwiches. Does it have the little toothpicks?
Elizabeth, what are you doing here?
I've been formally asked to witness your triumph, my dear. After all, isn't it the natural role of a woman to support her man in victory?
But it's you who insisted I join the Ascalon.
Please forgive my giddiness. I'm just overcome by the thrill of finally being allowed within these hallowed halls.
You certainly have an inquisitive mind. It's quite something. Elizabeth Ashbury, only you can make me smile in these.
Her eyes are
And
very
the same
striking.
to you,
They're like
Jonathan
a cat.
Reed. Now go have your little chat with the chairman. I can see he's practically bursting to hear your report.
Practically bursting.
I must admit the Guard of Priwen impressed me. They must have...
Oh, hey, look, it's the wrong mirrors again. God, these mirrors, these guys really did bad. They really did bad, like... Just make it cloudy, for God's sake. If you can't make it work, make it a cloud. Ugh.
Welcome back to the Ascalon Club, Lancebearer. Please tell us the good news. Have you put an end to the epidemic?
My hypothesis was correct. Doris Fletcher was the source of the contagion in this part of town. She was probably the first to be infected.
And you cleansed her before the hunters, I've been told. Well done, Dr. Reed. You thrust your lance and pierced the very heart of the corruption.
Oh, we pierced her with our heart. Or with our lance.
But some questions remain.
The important thing is, we won a major battle for the survival of London. For that, we salute you.
Thank you, my lord.
Now, I have another task for you. One of the utmost importance. Perhaps even more so than the previous.
I'm listening.
It's time for you to perform a most sacred duty for the club. I want you to recruit a new vampire.
Recruit a new vampire? Are you sending me on some sort of diplomatic mission?
Not exactly. I want you to make Aloysius Dawson the Ekon he deserves to be.
Aloysius.
I'm not sure I'm the best candidate for such a task.
I can hear the hesitation in your voice, Dr. Reed. I admire a man of principles. But in this matter, there is more at stake than your moral comfort.
It's not a moral question, Lord Redgrave. It's the responsibility of giving immortality to a man I barely know.
Nonsense. Aloysius has been a member of the Ascalon for years. This is but the fruition of a long-held plan.
How would you like me to proceed?
Aloysius is waiting for you at the Dawson estate. Once the deed is done, I'll join you there to celebrate this momentous occasion.
Before I go, I have a few questions.
All right, I'm listening.
All right.
Why Aloysius Dawson?
Because he is about to die. And he just may be the most influential man in England.
He's about to die.
Did he choose me?
No, I did. My decision is very recent, to say the least, but it is entirely mine.
Does he know I'm coming?
He can't wait to become your progeny, Dr. Reed. Especially now that you have shown how strong your lineage is through your sister.
How would you like me to proceed?
Don't worry. Aloysius has had many years to prepare himself. He has studied our kind for decades.
So shall I just let him drink my blood?
Yes. Aloysius will gratefully sup on your blood.
Sup.
His heart will slow, then stop. But he will rise again as one of us, an immortal.
Is there any danger?
Our blood alters a mortal body so deeply that some don't survive the metamorphosis. They die, for good. But Mr. Dawson has been preparing himself for a long time.
You invited Lady Ashbury. Wouldn't that be breaking one of your cardinal rules? No women allowed.
Not allowed as members, no. But considering the circumstances, I thought you'd like to have her here to witness your triumph.
So it's a temporary admittance, then?
Something of a bargain, considering the crisis we're currently facing.
Bargain.
Goodbye, Lord Redgrave.
Ah, this is how we get to the temple.
Are you all right, Jonathan?
Lord Redgrave has just ordered me to turn Aloysius Dawson. To make him my progeny.
I see. And how do you feel about this?
I'd like your advice on the matter.
The real question here is, why has his lordship given you this task?
Do you think it's some sort of trap?
Do you really want to know what I think about this?
I do, yes.
To make an immortal of a soulless blackguard like Aloysius Dawson will only lead to a disaster for London. The man is already dead inside.
Should I refuse? Perhaps politely suggest that Lord Redgrave turn the man into a vampire himself.
Don't you dare, my dear. According to what I've recently discovered, his lordship could kill you for even broaching the subject.
Really? Why?
I've recently found proof that the Earl of Bristol is of lesser lineage and only capable of creating skulls.
Ooh.
Please tell me more about your recent investigation.
As long as you lower your voice.
What would you have me do about Dawson?
The man is dangerous. Did you know he plans to build a wall to separate the healthy rich from the sickly poor? Do not make him your progeny.
What would you do?
The man's dying already. Let the Reaper harvest the rotten fruit that is his soul.
Let the Reaper take him.
Are you sure your information about Redgrave is correct? He says he's the progeny of the great knight William Marshall, who lived some 9 centuries ago.
That's a lie. Lord Redgrave is unable to create anything but skulls, if the poor souls survive at all.
Why so vindictive? You suddenly sound like you're angry.
Forgive me, Jonathan. I hate myself for it, but I feel such pride in my discovery. I'm afraid I just can't help it.
Which is?
He did serve William Marshall. And yes, the blood he covets as a token does truly belong to that legendary knight. But he was never his progeny. His lineage is not so noble.
How can you be sure the information was correct?
I made the acquaintance of a most interesting informer while investigating your maker, from whom I learned the truth about Lord Redgrave.
Ooh. We'll find out more about this truth.
What would happen if I made Dawson an Ekon like myself?
You would add a powerful immortal into a suffering world. An immortal who already craves authority.
Maybe I could teach him control, like you taught me. Lead him down the right path.
Mr. Dawson spent his life searching for a way to cheat death. I'm sure he has spent decades dreaming of how he'd spend eternity as a tyrant.
Goodbye for now, Elizabeth.
Goodbye, my dear. Please, be careful.
Goodbye, my dear. Yes. Fuck off. You know, just the polite British thing. Fuck off, mate. Pip pip cheerio. And all that. You know? Yeah? No? Me? Yeah, okay. Okay, so we need to go there. Left, up.
It looks like vampires have to obey Mengel's laws when producing progeny. How was passed from one generation to another. That's why Dawson wants me to sire him.
I said stay away, sir! Get our weapons ready! We found one! It's falling! It's one of them!
I cannot enter. I should find another way to get into the neighborhood.
Okay, so to get in, I think we have... Yeah, we gotta go. Gotta go through the sewers. That sewers...
I think this passage could lead me close to Aloysius Dawson's mansion.
This is my territory! Gotcha! You're bleeding!
No, I'm not. You're bleeding. You're also dead. Right on. Alright, alright, alright. There's somebody down here we gotta rescue, by the way. That looks like a, how you say, trap.
It's locked.
It's locked, alright.
Die!
Excuse me. Excuse me. What was that? Okay. Let's try that again.
This is despicable. I can't believe I'm doing this.
For Ascalon! Give me your... You son...
Oops, wrong button.
Your blood is now mine! No one can hide from Ascalon!
I remember having so much trouble against this guy. I was here for a while my first time. I'm just like, what the fuck is this bullshit? Please try to help me. My daughter Louise disappeared a week ago. She was last seen in a bar in the neighborhood. The dancing tried to witness all the place with an elegant and unknown man, maybe a foreigner. I think she was,
Louise's father was determined to find and save her.
Teasdale. Could you imagine if your last name was Teasdale? What a Teasdale. Oh no, that's where we can. But you know what's better than a name named Teasdale? If it was Cheesedale. It'd be much gooder. The name's Dale. Cheesedale. I'd like to point out that I accidentally solved that puzzle right now. I just hit buttons. No, sometimes I know what I'm doing. The bigger thing was I didn't know that was a puzzle.
Keep me locked in here!
This is now
my domain, young echo.
How long are you gonna keep me locked in here? Disgusting asshole! Vampire or not, I'll never be your wife! Let me go, you bastard!
She likes to yell, so just warning you now.
How long are you gonna keep me locked in here? Disgusting asshole! Vampire or not, I'll never be your wife!
Miss Teasdale, are you all right?
How do you know my name? Who are you?
My name is Dr. Reed. I managed to track you down thanks to your father.
So my father really was looking after me. This man, this vampire told me my father was dead. Is it true?
I'm afraid so, miss. I'm so sorry for your loss. But you are free to go, as your abductor is no more.
I suppose my jailer also killed my father, didn't he?
Thankfully, he did not search your father's corpse, where I found his notes describing where he might find you. You should read them.
I must find my father's body. He deserves a proper burial.
Okay, bye.
Goodbye, Miss Teasdale. And be careful. Until we meet again. I have this thirst.
She has a headache, but I can't give her medicine.
This is despicable.
He says as he still does it.
I can't believe I'm doing this. I have this thirst for blood.
Hang, 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 hang. Let's go, baby, let's go. Ba-da-da-da. Raise your hand if you can't believe it's almost October.
Good evening, Miss Price. How are you tonight?
Dr. Reed, I didn't know you had returned from the war. I had a new doctor when you left, but he's not as kind as you.
Always glad to see a former patient in good condition. It's been a long time.
Too long indeed. And as a token of my appreciation, I'll grant you the best price if you fancy buying anything from my humble shop.
From my humble shop.
What can you tell me about yourself, Miss Price?
I'm still managing my shop. The only difference is, since the quarantine, we're open at night. You, on the contrary, seem to have changed a lot.
Really? Have I changed that much? It must have been the war, and the night shifts since my return.
Don't get me wrong, Dr. Reed, you're still handsome. Just maybe a little bit wiser. More serious. It suits
You're
you.
still handsome, but more wise.
Tell me more about yourself.
I think we're being
No
hit
new
on.
fiancé? I remember you were hoping to get remarried. I'm sure you must have a few suitors.
Who would marry an old bat like myself with a grown daughter and a little business? As you know, I only fancy handsome men like yourself.
I only fancy handsome men like yourself.
Have you noticed anything in particular in this part of town?
Motive, did I tell you about
Other
the
than
new
you coming
candy?
back to cheer me up?
The new Reese's
Nothing
they're coming out with?
Does your daughter still worry you, Miss Bryce? I remember you were often concerned about her health when she was younger.
Have you not seen Carol since you returned? She's almost a young woman now. But she'll always remain my sweet little baby.
So you're less afraid?
Something's
you know the Reese's with
Carol
Reese
still
Pieces
keeps
in it
plums
that I
of
really
her own
like?
Good. Sometimes her innocence puts her in real danger.
Why would her innocence put her in danger?
She does not realize how cruel I am.
And you know the big
Maybe I was a bad mother to protect
Reese
her.
cups?
You have every reason to be cautious, Miss Price.
Like those thick boys.
Especially in these difficult times.
Maybe you could talk with her, Dr. Reed. It would be nice to have a man here more often.
Well, what
We would
they're
both be
doing is they're taking those big Reese cups and then they're making... This one is coming out very soon. It's going to have pretzel bits inside of it. But one that they've been talking about and is coming at some point, but is not coming yet, will have potato chips in it.
Do you know Aloysius Dawson?
Everybody knows him. He's only been to my shop once, though, looking for rare books and other intriguing antiques.
Did he buy something from you?
No, he left quickly. He almost laughed at my goods. Mr. Dawson may be a rich man, but you can't buy good manners.
But isn't Aloysius Dawson known for his philanthropy?
That was before his brother Robert died in an aeroplane crash. Since then, the remaining twin has turned into a heartless tycoon.
A heartless tycoon?
May I look at your goods, Miss Price?
It's always a pleasure to have you here, Doctor. I hope you can stay a little longer this time.
It's locked, all right.
It's locked, all right.
Good evening, sir. May I ask you what you're doing here at this late hour?
I'm conducting an investigation about the epidemic.
But also, there's 2 new Eggo waffle flavors coming out
Dr.
too.
Jonathan Reed from the Pembroke Hospital. May I ask who you are and why all the questions?
I'm Detective Inspector Charles Albright from Scotland Yard, and I don't find your answers convincing. What is a Pembroke doctor doing in the West End at this time of night?
I work for the Ascalon Club. Here is my permit to go freely about the city.
The Ascalon Club? You should have said so, sir. I must warn you, these streets are dangerous, and you'd better be careful.
What can you tell me about this district?
I'm the one asking questions, especially when there's a killer on the loose.
What killer?
I'm not going to discuss that with the civilians, sir.
Haven't I told you about the investigation I'm conducting?
Perhaps I could help you.
All right, without giving you too much information, I'll tell you this. I'm convinced there is a homicidal maniac on the loose, using the epidemic to disguise his kills.
And what about the epidemic?
We both know the situation is critical, don't we, Doctor? Colleagues of mine die almost every day.
Why are you investigating at night?
Criminals rarely act in daylight, you know. But since you are also a night worker, have you noticed anything strange which requires police attention?
I'd like to report a name, Inspector. Jeffrey McCullum. I'm afraid he's some sort of vigilante, trying to recruit an army of angry citizens.
Then I'll write the name down and transmit this intelligence to the appropriate office. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
What are you really doing here?
I told you. I'm a detective inspector from Scotland Yard, investigating suspicious cases.
I guess you
in
just
the
don't
area.
like waffles then, do you, Emotive?
Do you work alone?
Yes. The situation is difficult for the police. Many of us are sick, and since the summer strike, most men apply a work to rule on their patrols.
Well, I asked you a question
situation
a
in
couple
the East
minutes ago, and you,
Why are there no police there to protect the civilians?
I know, it's a shame, but we just don't have enough men to cover the entire city.
Tell me all you know about that homicidal maniac you're looking for.
Then did you miss what I said about the Reese's too?
The wounds are always the same, but the modus operandi varies. Sometimes violent and brutal, sometimes precise and swift.
How could different killers inflict the same wounds?
That's my main problem. If my theory is correct, maybe we're facing a group of individuals sharing the same violent tendencies. Perhaps a sadist cult.
Well, I didn't talk about the waffles. I asked if she wanted to hear about the waffles. Well, so you heard nothing about what actually is going to what so the big Reese's, what they're coming out with are pretzels inside of it. As well as later on they're going to have potato chips inside of it. There you go. You 100% missed it.
Do you know anything in particular about a man called Aloysius Dawson?
Who doesn't know the man? I think he intervened personally to put an end to the police strike of last August.
What else can you tell me?
Do you want to know the two new flavors of waffles then now?
An influential man who could commit murder and get away with it, with just one phone call.
What are you investigating, exactly?
I have a missing woman, possibly abducted a few nights ago. Louise Teasdale. It seems you already found my other missing person, Mr. Tadao Kimura.
Tell me about Louise Teasdale.
She's a waitress. Her father reported her
Pumpkin
missing.
pie.
We don't have
and
enough
gingerbread.
time to search for her, sadly.
Do you have any idea where she could be?
No, but I feel she's been abducted. She went to a pub a few nights ago and vanished. I thought about the sewers, but I'm not equipped for such an investigation.
What are you...
I have a miss.
Tell me...
She's a...
Do you...
No.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Good evening, sir. I am Dr. Jonathan Reed. Do you need my help?
Yes, please. Would you be kind enough to tell me what the time is?
That's all you need to know.
Agamemnon.
Well, is it not important to know? As important as where you are? Or who you are?
I suppose you're right.
That's an interesting name. Agamemnon.
Then, sir.
I am Agamemnon Baker. Like my brother, I think we need to leave this city immediately. And my brother and I rarely agree on anything.
On anything.
May I ask what you're doing outside at this hour of night?
I don't know. You should ask my brother instead. It was his idea in the first place.
You must have your own ideas.
From what I have managed to understand, I guess we're supposed to wait here. Waiting for someone to come.
May I ask why you've not gone already, if if you're so exhausted.
Agamemnon and Pericles.
I believe fear is holding us back. My brother would have said it's laziness, but it's just because he's prouder than I am.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
It's the only place I've considered myself happy. Or at least that's what I believe. Unfortunately, it's time to leave.
Why is that?
Because I'm not feeling happy here anymore. Are you?
I'm not feeling happy anymore.
No, I'm not.
Good for you. It's a good thing to have a clear idea of where you stand concerning crucial questions. Don't you think?
What can you tell me about your brother?
He's older than me, I think. But the important
He's
thing is
older
that I
than
really
me.
hope I'll die before him.
I
Grief
think.
would just kill me, you know?
Is that all?
Pericles is very attached to this city, and without my insistence, he would never leave this place. We don't often agree on anything, you see.
I'm waiting for him to like turn around and be like, "Hello, I'm Pericles."
Who are you waiting for exactly?
The more I think about it, the more I believe it's not exactly a person we are waiting for.
But what else could it be then?
I don't know. A feeling? An event? An impulse? How can I tell? Something that would allow us to leave this trap.
I'm afraid I'm not following you. What kind of trap are you talking about?
The trap of
Have you ever
life.
felt like life trapped you in a role that does not fit you? That you are not in your place? That sort of trap.
Oh, I thought they meant like a trapped person.
And you think leaving London will free you?
At least it will give us the chance to be free. That's more than our present situation. Hope, Doctor. Hope is what truly drives mankind.
What can you tell me about Aloysius Dawson?
You should ask that question to my brother instead. Personally, I've not seen Aloysius for many years.
Personally, I've not seen Aloysius in many years.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Baker.
Mr. Baker. Alright, Mr. Pericles, sir.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. Can I be of assistance?
Dr. Reed? Dr. Reed?
Is there anything wrong?
No, it's just... your name sounds familiar. And your face. Have we met before?
I think I would remember. So I suppose the answer is no.
That's odd. I'm certain I've already heard of you. My name is Pericles Baker. Does that mean anything to you?
I'm afraid not, sir. But it's a pleasure to meet you anyway.
Pericles Baker.
The pleasure is mine, I guess.
I love these guys.
I wish I could remember when it was that we met.
Agamemnon and Pericles.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Baker. What are you doing out here in the middle of the night?
We are waiting. Waiting for someone.
And why are you waiting for this person?
Because we need to leave this city. As soon as possible.
Why do you want to leave the city?
I'm not really sure.
I'm not really sure why I want to leave, but I must.
Can you tell me anything about this district?
As you like asking questions so much, would you allow me to ask you one first?
Please, be my guest.
That was a question, though.
City?
No, I don't. I don't recognize it anymore. Or perhaps I just don't like it anymore, now that I've seen its true face.
I don't recognize it either. Or at least what it's become. Hate, violence, social disparity. And I am not talking about the criminality these days.
And I'm not talking about the criminality.
And what do you do, sir? For a living, that is.
I stopped working when I decided to leave. When I realized what I wanted. Wanted something this city can't provide.
But what were you doing before you took this decision?
Does it really matter anymore? Considering the past seems so pointless to me. I have lived in this city all my life. And now I think it's over.
And now I think
Tell me
it's
more
over.
about why you want to leave London, then.
I just don't belong here anymore. I had to convince my brother to leave London because I know we need to find another life out of the city.
Pericles, tell me why your brother disagrees with your presence here.
Agamemnon is naive.
Agamemnon.
Although don't
It's a name you don't hear
fool,
often.
Sir. He is often more lucid than me.
Pericles and Agamemnon.
At least you both have the same difficulty explaining what you're doing. And for
Aggy Waggy
Is that not a
Memnon.
common problem for all mortals?
For all mortals.
What can you tell me about your brother?
If you are searching for a pleasant chat,
Pericles.
you should speak with him instead of wasting your time with me. He's always been the more gentle of us.
That's it? That's all you can tell me about him?
For the time being, true kindness is the most valuable quality, my good sir.
Well, the fun thing about Agamemnon is that it kind of spelt exactly as you would expect it to. You know what I mean?
Who are you waiting for? I'm sure he has a name.
I really can't answer that question, since I don't know that person.
And why is that?
This person is mostly my brother's acquaintance. I don't even know his real name. Only that this man could help us leave this city once and for all.
But why would you need this person's help to leave London anyway?
Well, I thought we should have left this cursed place already, but my brother convinced me to stay a while longer, and here we are.
What can you tell me about Aloysius Dawson?
I've heard this is a man who has searched for his place in the world for a long time. I hope he found it.
Goodbye, Mr.
Hello again,
Agamemnon.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Baker.
The Spanish flu is not the only hidden killer around here.
Oh look, we unlocked a shortcut. Thank God. Perfect. Why, I guess you could say it's, perfect. Right, let's also unlock this door. There we go. Alright, you see these four things right here? There's a weapon hidden right on the other side of this. But to get to the weapon, we need a sequence of 6 tiles to step on. And to get that sequence of 6 tiles, we have to find... six notes that tell us what to step on and when. But before that, we need to get the key to tell us everything. To get that, we have to do something for Usher here. Aha! That's 2. I'm gonna have to get paper out too once we start working on it. That one's right there.
Jonathan Reed. At last we meet. The cards warned me you would visit tonight.
I beg your pardon, sir. Do I know you?
Of course you do. Our mutual friend, Dr. Swansea, can't speak highly enough of you. My name is Usher. Usher Talltree.
You are the leader of the Brotherhood, are you?
Usher
Primate
Talltree.
of the Brotherhood of
He's a
St. Paul's
primate.
Stole, to be precise.
He's a monkey.
I'm really glad we met tonight. I love it when the cards tell me a truth.
The cards told you to expect me.
Yes, they can tell me everything. They told me that you have not taken another life since your poor sister died.
Since your poor sister died.
What can you tell me about the neighborhood?
I really don't know. I don't often go outside. And when I do, it's usually to quite distant destinations.
So you see nothing in the stars for me? You're a poor fortune teller, then?
Oh, I can tell you many things. But they will only concern you, not the city. For example, I know that you offered your sister the final rest she asked for.
Do the cards speak of my Mary?
No. It's the burning aura of guilt that precedes you everywhere you go.
Read my fortune, then.
You have been chosen, Jonathan. I see on you the mark of a strong being, so powerful it needn't even reveal its strength.
Can you read the cards for me?
Are you sure you want to know what they will reveal?
Yes, I am.
It will cost you 150 shillings.
Here is the money.
The hunter. A good heart in disguise. A liar willing to help for real. An armed man unable to strike.
Tell me about yourself. What do you do here, besides turning cards in the middle of the night?
I'm for most a charlatan. For a few, I'm a vampire. And for you, I'm the primate of St. Paul's Stole.
Some believe you to be a vampire. Who?
The guard of Priwen, who else? For a time, they sent spies to observe my activities, and they even broke into my home to gather proof.
Did they steal anything from you?
A personal notebook they quickly took to their headquarters. All they had to do is to look at me. I'm aging. What better and definite proof that I'm not an immortal?
Do you want your notebook back?
If you ever find it, I'd be glad to have it back, of course. I do ask one thing, though. Do not read it, Jonathan. Some secrets are not meant to be revealed, even to immortals.
For how long have you been a primate?
It was 15 years last year.
What do you make of Dr. Swansea?
Edgar is a brilliant and dedicated man. A man of his time. Sometimes a little muddled, but always looking for new paths and new concepts.
So, that was the quest we needed, by the way.
How do you measure the amount of blood on my hands?
I told you. The cards always tell the truth. Well, most of the time.
But I have
to tell
I can't do it until chapter
Vampire's
6.
fate is much more delicate to read, Doctor. But I can try.
All right. Let me hear it.
You're on a path to redemption, Jonathan. But be careful. One single trip and you'll fall.
That doesn't sound promising.
Take this, young Ekon, as a personal reward for your strong will. Keep following the right path and you'll reach safety.
We got old blood.
I would rather not know. How did you learn about Mary? And spare me the hocus-pocus parlor tricks. The truth, now!
Swansea told me. Don't look at me like that. His task is to observe and gather information about vampires. He had to tell me about Mary.
Mary did not deserve her fate. She had already suffered enough during her life. And yet the pain and the suffering went on after her death.
Suffering is part of the immortal condition. Some prefer to lose their minds rather than face the simple truth. Pain will never stop.
The pain.
May I ask you about the Brotherhood?
Of course. But I must warn you that there are some subjects we consider taboo, in spite of our fondness and acceptance of your kind.
I know there is no love lost between the Guard of Priwen and the Brotherhood. What caused this rift?
It was 1801. The Brotherhood was stronger then. A strength that made them hungry for ever greater power. An argument divided them, and the wound never healed.
What was the nature of the disagreement?
The problem was that both sides considered themselves the legitimate heirs of the original Brotherhood. We divide up the books, the relics, not always fairly or with consideration.
Who founded the Brotherhood?
That's precisely the kind of question I cannot answer. It is delicate, and may reveal some of our secret traditions.
So you're not just a club of academics and scholars?
Once upon a time, very long ago, the Brotherhood did more than simply study the vampires. They took actions to eliminate the more ferocious and corrupted.
Is there anything you could tell me about Aloysius Dawson?
Aloysius Dawson? Yes, of course. We met on several occasions. With time, he got deeper and deeper into the occult.
He's not the only one. It's been quite the fashion for several decades. The Golden Dawn, for instance, is just one example.
True. Aloysius was a member of the Golden Dawn until 1900. Then his thirst for dark knowledge grew. I'm talking forbidden texts, readings which blackened his heart.
Which blackened his heart. And that is everybody.
Goodbye, sir.
I rarely wander. Cards never lie, but they are never easy to read.
It's locked.
So, the journal we have to find is something that we're not allowed to read. If we read it, we can't get the legendary weapon.
I cannot enter.
Now we gotta figure out how to get into Aloysius' mansion. Love how the game doesn't tell you where to go to get into his mansion. If you look at the marker, he's gone.
So much violence around us, but still.
It's locked, all right.
Which is actually an issue, because I don't remember where his place is. No, I just have to go to the right place. It's over here. Probably. Poor man had his back shattered. Here's Aloysius's. No, it's not. No, yeah, it's over here. It's right there.
Over there! Stay back there!
Ow.
Remember your vows, friend! Watch out! It's fast!
What are you gonna do, huh? What are you gonna do, huh? Bitch tits. We just look at that and turn around. We're just like, yeah, not our problem.
Dawson's mansion. Here I am at last. But the question remains. Am I ready to make a dying man my progeny?
Go on there last.
Reduced in rank for falsely accusing a man of murder. I wonder what Inspector Albright thinks about his punishment. It's locked, all right.
I like the sad little violin.
It's locked.
It's locked, alright. Was the little violin that good?
Finally you're here, Dr. Reed. What took you so long? I had to pass several of your barricades and outposts to access your mansion, sir. Death, pestilence surround us, and time is against me. I see you've gathered some of the most expensive, albeit experimental, blood transfusion equipment available. All this could be so useful in a hospital.
Yes, yes. Since Lord Redgrave sent me a doctor to perform my conversion, I thought you might find some of these devices useful.
Most thoughtful. But tonight I'm not here as a physician.
But I feel reassured that a specialist such as yourself would help me to escape the Reaper.
Very well. But before I proceed, I have a few questions for you.
If you must, but be quick, for I don't have much time left in this life.
First of all, I need to be sure that you know exactly what is going to happen to you, sir.
I can assure you I'm as informed as any man can be. I have planned for this moment, Dr. Reed. Planned very carefully.
Sir, I'm going to end your life. Do you not wish to discuss the procedure for even a minute?
I don't have a minute to indulge in idle chatter. I can't feel my legs. And the cold. So cold.
I can't feel my legs.
I will become your maker. Do you understand what that means?
Well, I certainly won't consider you my liege, or some such drivel. You can be assured of that.
You'll need to feed on warm blood. Blood from mortals. How do you feel about that?
I'm rich, Dr. Reed, and powerful. I'm sure I'll be able to acquire all the blood I need without ever having to sully my own hands.
What do you know about the Guard of Priwen?
What I do know is that I'll crush anyone or anything that would dare to oppose me.
Let's move on then.
Please, I'm cold and tired. I feel my life waning with every moment.
But first, before you embrace immortality, What would you do with such a gift?
Exactly.
That's a rather impertinent question, Dr. Reed. And I will do as I please.
Answer me all the same. What will your first action be as an immortal?
To save London. I will finance the most efficient quarantine ever seen. I will build a wall that will separate the sick boroughs from the healthy ones.
Who gave you the right to decide the fate of thousands of people?
My money. My money and my
money.
immortality gives me the needed authority, Doctor. I'm a businessman. I'm used to tough decisions.
You really plan to build a quarantine wall across London?
Yes, it will be tall and strong, separating the wheat from the chaff.
By doing so, you will also create 2 separate prisons.
Come, sir. An eminent doctor like yourself knows that such radical measures have proved efficient in the past.
Let me guess. You mean to isolate the rich from the poor?
This is a desperate measure for desperate times. England must prevail, Doctor, no matter the cost.
No matter the cost.
Quarantine is not a bad idea, medically speaking. But I'm convinced this epidemic will not be contained by mere walls.
As long as the right people are on the right side of the wall, that's all that matters.
But you can't guarantee infection will not spread. Just one contagious carrier would be enough to create an apocalypse.
The apocalypse is already knocking at the gate. We must be strong now.
What if a new outbreak happens inside your walls? You'll have created a giant trap.
That won't happen. As long as we dispose of anyone that is contaminated as soon as they are spotted.
But who moves the contaminated body, especially if it has been shown that it, spreads by contact, or even just aerosol,
I've heard enough. It's time to proceed.
At last. All right, do what you have to do. If it hurts, so be it. I've been preparing such a long time for this.
Listen to me, Aloysius Dawson. You will forget your fear of dying, for it has poisoned your mind and made you bitter and ruthless since the death of your twin brother.
You don't understand. Death is oblivion, the eternal void. I know there's nothing there. I saw it in Robert's empty eyes. I saw myself in that coffin.
Death is painful for those who remain, not for those who have passed. All that occult gibberish you filled your head with has made you forget this simple truth.
No! Death will not claim me. I have the power and the money. I've acquired the arcane knowledge needed. I believe there is magic, there are dark forces. You will provide me my extinction.
Your ignorance makes you a fool. You have no idea. Look at me. Hunted like a beast, my family lost, cursed. I have not escaped death, I have become it.
No, there must be a way. I don't want to go like my brother did. I have money, lots of money.
Money won't ease your mind. I know you used to be a good and generous man. So I offer you the gift of peace, Aloysius. The tranquility of a true death.
I accept your offer. And I understand. No more fear, I will die a man of dignity. And a man at peace.
New citizens available to kill. Oh, he's dead now, by the way. Well. He's almost dead.
Is it done, Dr. Reed? Is Aloysius Dawson Reborn, as expected.
I'm afraid Mr. Dawson finally chose to embrace life and death as a mortal.
What do you mean?
He has overcome his fear of dying. I let him rest and wait for death to come.
What? This is unacceptable. Go back there and make him the powerful Ekon he's destined to be.
No, Lord Redgrave. As a doctor and as an immortal, I can't. If you wish to make him your progeny, then proceed on your own.
This is an outrage beyond words. This is betrayal, pure and simple. I should kill you on the spot. You swore on William Marshall's blood.
Well, get rid of me then.
From now on, you're an outcast. Banished. You are forbidden to ever appear in front of us again. Ascalon will smite you on sight, and your heart will be thrown to the rats.
I'll leave you then. Have fun with your puppets and shadow plays, Lord Redgrave.
Yes, go, traitor. And take that awful creature, that counterfeit of a woman I saw waiting for you, and be gone!
Oh boy, I do not like what's coming up. Ready for a fun boss fight?
We meet again at the strangest of times, young Ekon. So do you serve the Earl of Bristol now?
Old Bridget. What are you doing here?
Your friend, the wise Ekon. She sent me to warn you.
Did anyone see you? It's a long way from the dock sewers, and hunters are patrolling the streets here.
Who said I took the streets? How do you think I survived for centuries in this city without ever being seen? I know all her secrets.
How did you meet Lady Ashbury?
She came to us in the sewers in search of answers. Just as you did.
What kind of answers did you give her?
I knew nothing of your maker, but we talked. We talked a lot. Her words and ideas are captivating. It is no surprise that you like her. I like her too.
Lady Ashbury in the sewers? Now that's a sight I wish I'd seen.
She said she was your friend, and that she sought the identity of your maker. So I answered her questions.
Lady Ashbury? You know her? Tell me what's going on.
The lady approached me but a few nights ago, wanting to meet the sewer skulls. Once she questioned Harriet Jones. She agreed to help us.
Harriet Jones is still with you then? How is she doing?
Harriet remains angry, but is recovering slowly. Her mind is twisted, but at least her body is healing.
Tell me what is going on.
The lady asked us to keep an eye on your mortal doctor friend while you were away. We spotted the hunters. They were discussing plans to attack tonight.
Wait, slow down. I need to ask you something.
I'm listening, but I do not have time to waste, so be quick.
Where is Lady Ashbury right now?
She said she will go home. She needed to speak with some old friends first, though. Do not worry, young Ekon. She is no fool, and just as strong as you.
How did Elizabeth find you?
She presented herself humbly at our gate, and asked if we knew of any ancestral vampires hiding in London. She asked about Ascalon. She asked about many things.
What do you think of her?
Her soul is good, yet tainted with a deep sadness, and the scars of ancient wounds. Time does that to us immortals, for we have so much to dwell upon.
Why did she come to you?
I am old Bridget, the buried memory of the city. She sought the silent truths, Truths I have kept hidden for so long.
Why do I feel like Lord Redgrave was particularly irritated to see you? Far more so than the average Skull, if I may say.
Because I used to know him quite well. And he is afraid I may remember who he really is.
You're Elizabeth's informant. You're the one who told her about Lord Redgrave's lies regarding his lineage.
Yes. But my words were not meant to hurt or threaten. I simply told the story of the Sewer Skulls, and of so many other forgotten children.
No time to lose, then. I must go there right away.
I shall return to my den. Have you a message for the lady? Should I see her before you?
Tell her I worry about her.
Do not. For she has had strength and wisdom for so much longer than you. Go now and take care, young Ekon, for the flames are rising.
So, in case you happen to somehow miss it, the temple's under attack. Or, by temple, I mean the hospital's under attack. So naturally, let's have a chat with this man.
Dr. Reed.
Is it true you were dropped in rank? Tell me about it.
Yes, it is. I made a terrible mistake. I deserved it. Sometimes I think I should have resigned.
So why are you still working here?
Because I'm a damn fine copper. I just don't want to have someone innocent hung again by mistake because of me.
The death penalty is not an efficient deterrent. I sometimes think it pushes criminals to more violence, since they know they have nothing to lose.
I agree. I'm convinced all civilized nations should abolish the death penalty. Maybe after the war, once that bloodshed is over, the survivors will change that.
Why do you think there shouldn't be a death penalty?
I believe no one should decide to take a man's life. Not a nation or a government.
Are you a pacifist, Inspector?
No, sir. But I believe in divine justice. Only God has the right to decide who will live and who must die.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Okay, so we're gonna go... Perfect. Oh, by the way,
Londoners are no match for me.
more vampires are gonna be hunting us now. I love how these guys appeared out of nowhere, though. That was fun. Quite literally teleported out of nowhere. Alright, we're gonna follow this straight. Yes, we will. Yes, we will.
Women die too in this war.
Typically, people die in wars. Yes, that is correct. Elizabeth's daughter, whatever your name is. Well, we have time to stop by Elizabeth's house, don't you think? Let's go pay a quick old pip pip cheerio. Or chop chop. Clap clap. Clap clap clap. Slap slap slap. Clap clap clap. Slap slap slap. Clap clap clap. Slap slap slap. Oh. I'm trying to think about how much is left of this game. I think we can beat this next week. Give or take an hour. I think.
Elizabeth, I'm so happy to see you. I was so concerned.
It is also good to see you in these darkened hours. Is all well, my dear?
Indeed, we stand upon the precipice. Has the news reached you of Edgar Swansea?
No. I returned home but moments ago. What of him?
Your friend, the well-informed old Bridget, tells me the Guard of Priwen has assaulted Pembroke. I fear Edgar tops their bloody list.
Bridget? She is such a tragic figure. And yet, I sense deep inside, she has a delicate, fragile soul.
Indeed, she has. I'm glad you like her too.
Once this is all over, I will study the sewer skulls. I fear I have made terrible mistakes, founded upon erroneous preconceptions.
I was concerned for your safety. McCullum draws too close to you for my comfort.
Fear not. I've evaded the hunters for many a year, and I intend to stay far from their gases, flames, and spikes. Now, speak to me of Dawson.
I convinced Aloysius to embrace death as the ultimate gift of mortal life. I believe he found peace in the end.
The cost must have been heavy indeed. I am proud of you, my love.
Ascalon has defrocked me and threatens to hound me from the city. This was, no doubt, inevitable.
You did what you thought was right at the time. One can ask no more. The important task now at hand is to help poor Edgar.
Now I am assured of your safety. That is precisely my intention.
Good. Now go, my dear, and return with good news with the greatest haste.
I love how that wasn't her first concern of, why are you standing here talking to me when Edgar could be dying? No, we'll just take our time and speak my dears, my loves, you know, yada yada yada. Oh yes, by the way, go save that mortal. You know, no big. Chill. Gate!
Stupid fucking beast!
There's Pembroke.
What is this trouble? Are the vampire hunters here already?
Good evening.
Evening, Dr. Reed.
Goodbye.
Hey, Doc.
Are you all right? I heard the hospital has been attacked.
For a second I thought the bastards were here for me. They had guns and everything. Maybe they're a new gang trying to expand.
I'll leave. Good evening, Dr. Tibbets.
Dr. Reed, and...
Are you okay? I heard the hospital was attacked.
Yes. Can you believe it? Attacking a hospital of all places. Mindless savages.
Is anyone hurt?
No, but Dr. Swansea is missing. I believe they wanted money or drugs. Maybe these brutes will ask for a ransom.
Goodbye.
Those bastards. What have they done to Edgar?
Not
Looks like he's
Edgar.
wounded. I better follow the blood.
I hate this boss fight. It took me an hour the first time. Nah, I'm a lot more aggressive.
Ultraviolet curtains and orichalcum powder. Dr. Swansea's always been a resourceful bastard. I bet he never told you he had this installed in case of a vampire attack. Says a lot about how much he trusts you.
What have you done with Edgar?
Don't worry. We don't kill humans. Even if your friend is deserving of a little punishment for what.
What are you talking about?
We know everything. Swansea and you created this bloody epidemic. You aim to unleash another disaster, just like William Marshall did.
No, I'm trying to put an end to it, just like you are.
You're the progeny, aren't you? Where is the monster hiding? It's still in England, isn't it?
I have no idea what you're talking about. Jeffrey, please listen to me.
No tricks. That shit won't work on me. We've found proof in the theater. Doris Fletcher was your first experiment. Now where is Marshall? Speak! So much for modern technology. Time for the tried and true. Do you know what this is, Beast? This is a drop of King Arthur's blood. The blood of a true defender of Britain. Stronger than your evil powers.
This is ridiculous. We're losing precious time.
True enough. Soon I'll bring your head before your coward of a father. Your poisonous bite is useless on me.
Freeway prevails!
Well, we died. He hit us twice, and we died. Oh well, no biggie. I know, we'll have to do better this time.
Come on, Reed. Try something else. True light will cleanse you. Or pin you down. some style. Fight like a man. And if you're so innocent, why does simple light burn you so much? Freewood prevails!
Ah. Oh boy. Oh.
True light will cleanse you. Come on, Reed. Try something else. The blood of a true defender of this land will protect you. Your poisonous bite is... Close your eyes! This is gonna hurt. I know! It hurts, doesn't it? Show some stuff. If you're so innocent, why does simple light burn you so much? Or pick you down!
GG. That was close.
We are the guardian of justice. Priwen shall prevail.
You can't accept the fact we're not enemies, can you?
We always have been, and we always will be. Of all the evils that threaten mankind, your kind are the worst.
I'm not saying we could be friends, you and I. But perhaps we could collaborate to put an end to this epidemic.
Never! We are Priwen. We do not negotiate. We do not compromise.
There is no way you'll ever let me be, McCullum. You'll always hunt me down, won't you?
There is no escape, Leech. Kill me now. For there is no way you can sway me to your ideals.
That's where you're mistaken.
What do you mean?
We can make him a vampire.
I'll spare you, McCullum. I'll offer you the mercy you never offered me.
What is this ruse?
This is no ruse, McCullum. This is me letting you go. After all, you and I are both trying to save this poor country in our own way.
I'll kill you, Reed. Next time we meet, I'll end you.
See? Progress already. You called me by my name. Until the next time. Goodbye, Hunter.
Progress already. You called me by my name. Much easier when you kind of know what you're doing and you're willing to use your powers. And the healing items I've been making that I just keep for later in case I ever need them. And then proceed to never use them. Alright. We are going to go back up there because I think there are some collectibles up there. Unsure though. I am a whore. Der. See, look, even the game's telling me, you can craft different kinds of serums at your workbench. They can be a lifesaver.
It's locked, all right.
You only get into that box if you kill McCollum. And probably if you kill McCollum, you probably get one of his items. Okay, I lied. I guess there is nothing up here, unless you kill McCollum. Dang. Oh well. Oh well. Yeah, we definitely won't finish this tonight, but there is a chance that we can finish this tomorrow. Small chance, but a chance, you know. Actually, I'm very certain we can finish this next week, depending on how I play. Back to El Theater. Back to the Theater. I was about to say, why am I still, like, being shown as I'm under attack? There ain't nobody here. The music's weird. As in, I may have glitched the games because the enemies aren't making noise. Listen. They're not making their grunts. Audio glitch. My favorite audiometry glitches. I love the glitch.
So Priwen never left Doris's theater after they invaded. They must be holding Edgar here in their new headquarters.
Uh-oh. 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 Ha-ha! Okay, I'm about 98.7% sure that we have 100% glitched this game out right now, and it is super broken. None of the enemies are, enemying. How much fun I can have. Who needs to go down there? I can just murder them from here. Kick, 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 kick. We're about to get a ton of info drops here, by the way. Like, you're about to get a ton of info about this game. Oh, I hope I hurt the chaplain real bad. Okay, so it looks like we've got 2 enemies. It's okay then. Ah.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
We're hungry! And they are referred to as fresh meat. We just got that good nom 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 nom. The nom nomicon. Oh, sorry, I meant the Necronomicon, not the nom nomicon. Excuse me? Bitch! Got the auditory glitch again. Are you kidding me? You know what the best part is? We don't actually have to pay attention to them now. They're far enough away. Unless one of them has a key. That would be unfortunate. Excuse me, why do you have so much fucking armor? Holy shit! Look at the armor on that dude. Ugh. What the fuck? Oh my god! let's read this. Okay, I just finished reading Doris Fletcher's journal. As painful and dreadful as it was, my God, the woman planned to see everyone in London afflicted. By infected all who would come to her next play. It helped me understand greatly what is going on. Doris Fletcher's real name was Doris Jones. She was the daughter of some Harriet Jones who has been treated as a patient for a long time at the Pembroke Hospital. She clearly hated her mother, but used her fame and notoriety to see her while visiting the poor and sick in the East End. Don't know exactly what happened then, but this is how her mother infected her before returning to the theatre. How she turned into that monstrosity that the leech known as Jonathan Reed finally defeated. The presence of that vampire in the same hospital where Harriet Jones was treated can't be a coincidence. I am convinced he is deeply involved with this vampire plague going on in London right now. I am also convinced Swansea is his accomplice, and that those two are planning something more terrifying than anything God has ever faced. Maybe I should take some time to read the old books and manuscripts that God still possesses to get some answers that may prove useful. Meantime, I better send some patrols to investigate about what is occurring at the Pembroke Hospital. It took me 2 days to pass through the dusty registers and books we keep in the vault. God, I hate losing time like this. The search did prove fruitful for once. Found 2 pages that could be related to our present situation and a copy of William Marshall's memoirs. Took them with me to read more carefully. This creature Marshall says he fought in 1666, this disaster that aimed to destroy London. It's very similar to what happened with Doris Fletcher. Disease, infection, hate of the living, a desire to see the city ransacked. I've no doubt now that the bloody old leech of William Marshall is behind all this, and that he is back. This could be our greatest accomplishment if the God could at last find and destroy that old bastard. I believe what Marshall did in 1666 is exactly what Reed is now trying to do. Did the creature this disaster escape their will? Is it why Marshall destroyed him in 1666 and Reed did the same with Doris Fletcher before she became such a creature? I don't know, but those two are clearly working together and Swansea is helping them. I will immediately give orders to have him arrested and interrogated. As for Reed, I'll destroy the evil beast myself, and we'll deal with Will and Marshall and this disaster thing. Pre-will will prevail!
Fletcher was about to become a disaster. I'm getting close to having all the evidence.
I think he's trying to say something in Morse code. How about die?
It's locked. I should find the key to that box. Blood of a pure heart, garlic, blood of a king. I don't understand. Perhaps this is what McCullum drank. I had better keep that in mind.
Vampire Knight. Okay, so we need to find this dude in here somewhere. Before we take care of Edgar. Are the dots starting to connect with you yet? Are the dots starting to connect about what's been happening here? You know, maybe I'm just fighting the mute branch of the Guard of Priwen. Known as the Guard of Silence. So. No? Okay.
I have it. I can now open the box.
What's in the box? 'Cause we are the God of Silence. Get it? Because instead of the sound of silence, they're the Guard of Silence.
I really don't know if I should read this.
We've got the Pandora's box. Wait, it's not open it.
Edgar. Edgar, can you hear me?
Jonathan, is it really you?
Easy. Easy. Save your strength. I'm getting you out of here.
Don't try to spare me. As a physician, I know all too well when it's too late. Punctured lung, broken ribs, and internal bleeding. An accurate diagnosis, wouldn't you say?
Edgar, what happened?
They wanted me to confess. Beat me black and blue.
Jeffrey McCullum ambushed me at the Pembroke Hospital. He was convinced you and I were responsible for the Skal epidemic.
I never imagined that self-righteous fanatic would dare to attack us in the open. What became of him?
To prove him wrong, I let him go.
Really? Are you sure that was the wisest course of action?
Time will tell. The most intriguing part of his accusation was that you and I were the pawns of some ancient vampire.
William Marshall. Yes, they tortured me to make me confess the same nonsense.
I trust you, Edgar, but the Guard of Priwen is onto something.
What do you mean?
William Marshall, for example. You speak of him as if you know him. How is that?
Jonathan, I cannot say I'm ready for another round of questions.
Why would the Guard of Priwen believe you and I created the vampire epidemic?
Maybe due to our profession. Because I offered you shelter in my hospital.
What can you tell me about William Marshall?
Not much. History paints the story he was the greatest knight who ever lived. Amongst the immortals, he had a yet greater legend.
Why is the Guard of Priwen so obsessed with him?
He was the only ancient vampire to escape the first great hunt launched by the Guard of Priwen in 1854. They believe he's an evil creature plotting his return.
Why would he deserve such a reputation?
I cannot say. The Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole has next to no intelligence on him. All I know is that he's supposed to be the oldest of all the British vampires.
While investigating the epidemic, I read some of McCullum's findings. I think you have some explaining to do.
I have nothing to hide, Jonathan. Nothing at all.
Do you know Doris Fletcher's real name?
No, I'm afraid not.
Her real name was Doris Jones. She was the daughter of Harriet Jones.
What do you want me to say, Jonathan?
Do you remember when we suspected Sean Hampton of killing Harriet Jones?
Yes. The terrible episode that came as a shock to us all.
Harriet Jones faked her own death. When I found her in the sewers, she confessed she wanted everybody to pay for what happened to her.
That woman was extremely bitter, full of hatred and festering anger.
Doris Fletcher visited her mother at the Pembroke Hospital. That's how she first got infected.
I know nothing about that. Miss Fletcher once came to visit the sick. That is all I know.
No, Edgar, there is more. Doris Fletcher was Harriet Jones's daughter. They exhibited the same symptoms: blind hate and strong physical mutation.
What does this sad story have to do with us?
He's not making eye contact, he's lying.
Do you know where we are? Doris Fletcher's theater. This is where that hateful creature plotted to spread the epidemic across London.
I only briefly met Miss Fletcher once when she visited the Pembroke Hospital. You say it was to see her mother. She seemed like such a sweet and graceful woman.
My point exactly. The disease turned her into a bitter soul, driven by vengeance just like her mother. A symptom of all the infected patients.
Certain diseases are known to produce similar effects. Rabies, for example. And rabies is not the devil at work.
Come on, Edgar. Don't you see the pattern here? The epidemic, the link between Doris and Harriet, the suspicion of McCullum?
How could I? I never saw Harriet Jones again after she fled the hospital.
Doris and Harriet shared more than a hidden family bond. They were the embodiment of the epidemic and are linked to the Pembroke Hospital. Come on, Edgar, this is no coincidence.
I swear I'm at a complete loss. All I did was administer vampire blood to cure old Harriet. There was no evil plan, no diabolical plot.
You did what?
I tested the regenerating and healing properties of vampire blood on Harriet Jones. My only intention was to find the cure for influenza, I swear.
Whose blood did you use? William Marshall's? Mine?
Lady Ashbury's. While transfusing her with human blood, humanely appeasing her hunger, I also kept samples of her blood for my research.
You used her blood on Harriet Jones? My God, Edgar, that's unethical. You betrayed 2 of your patients at the same time.
I made a mistake. But what is science if not trial and error? We both know it, Jonathan, we both know it.
What a poor justification for your morbid fascination and thirst for glory.
You have worked beside me. You saw what I'm doing at Pembroke Hospital. Jonathan, you know I'm not an evil soul. Just another victim of this tragedy.
Let die. No, there's only one true answer.
No, Edgar, you are not going to die. Unless you want to.
What?
I can save you, Edgar. I can turn your broken body into one like mine.
You truly would? After all I've done, after all that's been said, you would offer me this gift?
I have no way of knowing which punishment would be worse, Edgar. But it is not for me to decide. So?
Oh, please, Jonathan, please. I beg you. This is what I've always wanted. This is what I've always searched for.
Very well, then. Prepare to die and be reborn. To face an eternity of guilt.
I'm ready. Oh,
He's not even looking.
Enough!
Edgar has died. See, the really funny thing is, that last note, or that last hint, you actually have to kill him to get it. Old love letter. So yes, actually we're towards the end now, so honestly, what's left is, me searching for the rest of these notes, getting the thing, collecting what we need. And yeah, chances are we will beat this next week. Yes. But we won't start the next game next week.
Return later.
Okay, but what I need to do, we need to talk to Lady Ashbury. Swansea is already back in his hospital, but no, where we want to go is over here. To go that way. Okay.
So Harriet Jones became the original carrier when Edgar gave her vampire blood. I must tell Elizabeth.
Emily, Elizabeth.
Die, vermin!
There's so many Emilys, there's so many Elizabeths. Actually, it's gonna be faster to go this way. I swear, I tell both you and Panda every time what the game will be, and y'all forget each time. No more!
Maybe it's time to see if this Christina
Okay, first we're gonna go visit Mason.
Joe, please, I don't have your money. Come on, Barry.
Not a safe place. Right now, sir.
You crazy beast!
Good evening, Mr. Swan. Is it you, Dr. Reed? Please come in.
Tell me, how do you see the world these days?
With my eyes.
What can I do for you, Doctor?
Wait, I thought I had it.
How is the sand? I hear them here.
Damn it.
Goodbye, Mr.
I wasted my time.
Tell me, how do you see the world these days?
With my eyes, Mason. It'll be a good game, regardless if you remember it or not. I will tell you that.
Barrett, you know the game. You pay for peace of mind.
Shit. Sir, there are vampires over here. Okay, that didn't work out the way I wanted it to. The vampires in here. See? Excellent.
What are the guards trying? Good evening, Jonathan.
I found your notebook. The one the guard of Prewen stole from you.
And you brought it back to me. That's excellent news, Jonathan. Were you able to keep yourself from reading it?
Yes. I give it back to you untouched.
Then, my friend, you deserve a little something to reward your fortitude.
Your fortitude?
Please, have this, with my gratitude.
What's in the notebook?
I can't answer you, Jonathan.
See, okay, so this tells you how the thing is set up.
Since you chose not to open it.
So you lose a hint, but you
sir.
gain
I
the
read
key you need.
never lie, but they are never easy to read.
So the real question is... Is that the entrance? Hold on, I gotta... Let's see, secrets. So what I'm trying to figure out is what exactly the, Oh, okay, that's how it is. So, it is... Okay. So it is... Where you enter is the triangle, or the diamond. And then it's the circle, fish, square. And so they are Myth of the Horned Vampire, rare species of vampire, so circle is 4. So we need the Myth of the Horned Vampire, Origin of Scowls, Blood as Addiction, Laughing at the Guard, and Crime. Blech. Basically, one here, one here. This one. So the first one is the circle. There's gonna be one here. This one. Yeah. There. It's 3 out of the 6. Oh, it's always gonna be fish, circle, diamond. Okay, so circle, diamond, circle, fish, square. Supposedly, so it's gonna be supposedly, that's supposed to be the right combination. Problem is, this is not the best thing to use. But you probably need to get all of them still. So we're still missing, obviously, the last of the ones. So we still need, you know, crime of lost knowledge. We need laughing at guard. We need blood as addiction. Myth of Horned Vampire. Just double checking. Oh no, we have the Crime of Lost Knowledge. Shit, we need... Origin of Scowls. And that's what we're going to be doing first. Next week, I believe. Blood as Addiction is, you know... It's in Whitechapel. Cool. That one's pretty easy to get. We should have gotten that one a long time ago. Origin of the Skulls. Huh. Okay. I know where that is. Next is... Myth of the Horned Vampire. Laughing at the guard. Whatever. We'll go hunting those next week, but that is where we're going to be ending it off right now, and we can do all of that next week. So, thank you everybody for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and until the next time, everybody. Stay funky, people.